Yvonne Winter with C3 Canine Solutions, and this is
Amelia.
On this week's episode of Mommy Monday, we're going to talk to you guys about different ways you can help your children achieve respect from the dog. When it comes to the overall idea of the dog respecting children, whether it be respecting their space or listening to commands that they're giving, the biggest and most important thing is making sure your dog is obedience trained. And I can't emphasize that enough. It's not because, we want your dog to be flashy and, oh, look what my dog can do. It's more or less opening a dialogue, setting boundaries and expectations, having the dog understand what is expected of them. So this way, when the kids go to give commands or even claim their space and, make sure that the dog's outside of their bubble, the dog has a general idea. You want to make sure that, if your child were to tell your dog to sit or tell him go or tell him any of that, you need to make sure the dog understands it first and foremost. So when it comes to teaching obedience to your dog, this video isn't going to directly discuss and cover how to teach obedience. We're definitely going to cover that in one of our other videos. But there are a couple things to keep in mind in the beginning when you're teaching your dog something. We don't really give any type of command if the dog has no idea how to do it. The more you say words, especially your kids, the more they say these words, whether it's sit or come here or lay down or whatever it is, the more it's said, the more the dog hears it without understanding what it means and following through, you're actually teaching your dog not to listen to you. As the primary care holder in the household, you want to make sure your dog has obedience commands so that the dog can actually listen to your child as well. All right, so before I go into obedience training and how we can get the kids to listen to the dog, I wanted to show you guys this thing. This is called a lickety stick. And what I love about this product, there's a ton of different benefits. First and foremost, your hands don't get gross between the dog's saliva or the food treats that you're using. Second of all, Amelia, hold this. Show them how easy it is to hold. It fits perfect in little kids' hands. Also, I think what the most important thing that this thing helps promote is calm, submissive licking rather than chomp, chomp, chomp on dog treats. They do not get filled up, so your dog does not get rapidly filled up on food rewards. It's portable. You can stick it right in your pocket without having to worry about any crumbs. This thing is awesome. I always bring one of these. I would strongly recommend if you have kids and a dog, get one of these. So first things first, you want to have the kids start assuming responsibilities, having them feed the dog. Feeding the dog is very, very important. When the dog gets something as primal and necessary as food from the kids, then that starts to have their mindset change. Even if the dog starts getting rambunctious and starts running around getting excited, the fact that the food's coming from the kids is the first step. You can always, about 3 years old, you can start doing this. Depending on how many cups of food your dog gets, have your child start feeding your dog. So this way, every time it's mealtime, your child is there. Your child is right there, ready to make sure that your dog gets fed. So, and also it gives the kids a sense of responsibility. Once we have the kids start assuming responsibility, we implement a concept called new cue, old cue. And what that means is when we're teaching our dog, the original cue or command is sit. And that's given in our pitch and our tone from us. Now we have a child who, number one, the dog has a history of blowing off, not listening to. And her pitch is different, she looks different, everything about this kid is different. So when she says sit, it's not the same as when I say sit. It's a whole different ballgame. You're gonna have your child give the command, and then you're gonna give the command and make sure the dog follows through. If you give a command and the dog doesn't follow through, once again, you're inadvertently teaching the dog not to listen to you. You're going to see a couple of different clips of Amelia working with my dog Sentry, and you're going to see how the dog respects her. Go. So in this clip, you hear my daughter give the command go, And that just means leave my space. You're intrusive. I need you to leave. You can say whatever you want, but this teaches the dog to respect. And once again, it's been taught when she says go, I would follow through.
Go.
Same thing with this situation. So whenever she would say go, I would be there to guide the dog out. So eventually he would anticipate me following through and ultimately listen to her. Same thing with the place command. Sends the dog to place. In the beginning, she would say place, then I would say place, send the dog. She would say place, I would say place, and send the dog. A really big thing to keep in mind here is the reward system that we're using. We really want to make sure the dogs get a lot of positive feedback for good behavior. Even in the heel command, having the dog walk nicely next to her, and lots of positive feedback and interaction. So that about wraps it up for our Mommy Monday series. This was video 2 of many to come. Any questions, post them in the comments below. You can follow us at C3 Canine Solutions on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube at C3 Canine Solutions. Any questions, reach out. Be glad to help. Have a great day, you guys.